There it is. Welcome to Shooting Gear Reviews, straight up guns and gear reviews. Today we are checking out a very fine Feinwerkbau FWB brake barrel. This is the Mod Sport in 177 cal. And you know what, guys, I gotta be honest, when I was down at Airguns of Arizona the other day and they said they wanted to send me home with a brake barrel, I wasn't like super enthused. I mean, I love shooting brake barrels, but I mean, come on, I'm kind of a PCP guy. And, I thought, it's just going to be another brake barrel. But this gun has definitely proved me wrong. This is not just another brake barrel. This is a finely crafted, super accurate, German-made piece of gun art. This thing is awesome. Definitely, like, the best brake barrel I think I've ever had my hands on. And I don't say that lightly, because I've shot some pretty dang nice brake barrels, but this one sort of tops them all, and I want to explain to y'all just why I'm saying that, so stay tuned, check it out. We're going to shoot it at 35 yards, we're going to shoot it at 50 yards, shoot it over the chronograph, and just give you guys a very thorough review, a rundown on what makes this Feinwerkbau so fine. Let's do it. All right, so let's take a look here at this Feinwerkbau FWB Mod Sport. Obviously, it's just a very gorgeously made air gun, beautiful wood stock. Attention to detail on this thing is amazing. It's made in Germany, and of course, we all know that most things made in Germany, they've got some pretty darn awesome engineering. This thing comes with open sights, fully adjustable, click adjustable open sights. So you've got windage and elevation adjustment here on the rear sight, and then the front sight is a very nice sort of globe sight with a post in the middle there, as you can see. Makes using these open sights very nice. It does have a automatic safety, comes on each time that you cock the gun. Of course, you can put it on yourself there, but forward is off, backward is on. Again, looking at this beautiful sort of checkerding, it's almost like a fish scale sort of a checkerding job that they've done on the stock there, on the forestock, and then here on the grip. Beautiful job. And it is a true ambidextrous stock. So we've got a raised cheek rest on both sides of the gun, and the checkerding and everything is the same for if you're a righty or a lefty, which obviously makes this gun usable by anyone, very comfortable to use. I've got this set up today with some sports match mounts, keeping that scope nice and low to the bore, and I've got my ATN 3-14 scope on here. Seems to work really well with this gun, and of course makes it easy for me to record these shots for you guys so we can check out how it's looking on the accuracy end of things. Now let's take a look at the trigger. You can see that it's a metal trigger, finely made metal trigger, has some nice ridges on there so that you've got a good grip on the trigger. Feels really good against the finger because it also has a flat edge. It's not rounded, which I do prefer. As far as the operation of the trigger is concerned, it's got a nice first stage and a very, very light second stage. Definitely, by far, the nicest trigger I've ever shot with on a brake barrel. Just super, super light second stage. So as far as the brake action on this FWB Sport is concerned, it is a finely crafted, definitely you can feel the German engineering that went into this. When you break the barrel, there's really not too much effort to get this thing all the way cocked. It is a spring gun as opposed to a gas ram. So this is a little bit different for me because most of the brake barrels that I shoot are gas rams. So the spring definitely does have a little bit of a toying when you pull the trigger. But as far as the operation of this rifle, it is second to none. You can feel the action is super tight, very well made, and definitely I can sense that it would last for years and years of breaking this barrel thousands of times, and definitely Lines back up straight and true every time for accurate shooting. All right, moving on here to do a little bit of chrony work. Started off first with the JSB 8.4 grains, and you can see those were settling in right around 730 feet per second. Next up, we had the H&N Barracudas in 10.65 grain. These have shot really accurate for me out of a number of air rifles, so I wanted to make sure that I gave them a test here in the FWB Sport. Looking like those were putting out right around 660 to 670 feet per second. And a new pellet that I have just received in for testing are these Norma Heavy 9.1 grain pellets. These came to me from Airguns of Arizona. I haven't ever worked with them before, but I wanted to try something new, and they seem to have some pretty clean, pretty good looking lead. So I went ahead and tested them over the chronograph first, just to see what I was getting for them as far as consistency.
Hey everybody, hope you're liking the video so far. Just want to throw it out there. Hey, if you are liking it, give me a thumbs up. If you're not liking it, give me a thumbs down. But no, don't do that. Just thumbs up. It's right down there. Hit the like button. Let YouTube know that this content is cool, and it'll recommend more good stuff just like this for you. And also, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down there, and you won't miss any more of this awesome airgun content that I'm putting out for you guys on a weekly basis. So that's what I'm asking from you guys. In exchange, I will get right back to the video. Here we go.
Next up is the accuracy portion of the video. Here we're shooting first at 35 yards, and we're working with the JSB 8.4 grains. I'm going to test these and the other two pellets that I shot over the chronograph. In addition to those, I will use a couple other JSBs that are a little bit heavier, just so we get a good idea of how this rifle's going to perform all around.
And this trigger is light. Light. All right, there we go. That's definitely enough of those.
All right, here we're looking at the 35-yard results. First up, we've got the JSB 8.4 grains. Clearly fits under an MOA at 35 yards. Excellent group. Next here, we've got the H&N Barracuda 10.65 grains. Another fabulous group with those. Maybe not quite as good as the JSB, but still a definitely awesome group. Following that, I tested with the Norma Heavies 9.1 grain, again at 35 yards, fits under an MOA, very respectable group with those. Moving on, we tried a couple of heavier versions of the JSBs, first with a 10.34s, not bad with those, and then we tried the 13.34s. Not bad with those either. So you can see from this overall consistency that a high quality gun like this FWB Sport is really not going to be all that pellet picky. I don't push every break barrel that I get the chance to test all the way out to 50 yards. Several of them just haven't had the capability to really show a good group out at 50. But after seeing what I was achieving with this FWB Sport at 35 yards, I had a strong feeling that I would be able to nail some really awesome groups all the way out at 50 yards. So that's what I'm doing here, starting off again with the JSB 8.4 grains. We shot a group of those, then a group with the Barracudas, and another group with the Normas. Let's see how all this turns out. The no-see-ums and mosquitoes were pestering the heck out of me this day, so I ended up shooting some of these groups more than 5 shots, and that's just because I could sort of get the feeling that when those bugs were landing in my ears, it was messing up the accuracy. So when we get a chance to take a closer look at these, you'll see that there are more than 5 shots in these groups, but I don't think that's really a bad thing after all. Shows what you can do even when there's bugs flying in and out of your ears. All right. Now here's a closer look at how those 50-yard groups turned out. First up were the JSB 8.4 grains, respectable group at 50. Then we had the H&N Barracuda 10.65s. Those probably turned out the best out here at 50 yards. And the last I shot were the Norma Heavies. I think that one shot to the bottom fell there just because I was probably twitching on account of those bugs in my ears. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me here on Shooting Gear Reviews. I'm so stoked that you guys spend your time with me and that you're relying on me to give you the good down-low intel on these air guns. And this Feinwerkbau definitely proved to be one that did not disappoint. I think it showed well for itself in pretty much every regard. And definitely, if you're looking for something top of the line and you're looking for a break barrel, check them out. Feinwerkbau FWB. You can find them at Air Guns of Arizona. Give those guys down there a call and they'll get you fixed right up. But that's it for now. I'm Ben. I'm outdoors having a whole lot of fun with my air guns. I hope that you are too, and I'll see you next time.